Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, Parker, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Now the Jets send it on Braden Mann to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. But they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss-hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 81 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I think you could have scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
Okay, ready.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And here comes Berrios. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Hall to start the drive. A little juke. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. To throw is Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Hall again on 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, a 10-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much that was planned pre-snap. It certainly opens up some avenues for their offense, and if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 10 yards out. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucs from Tampa. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Vikings at 1-10 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Start on the ground. Hall. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through the tackle, but still backed up near the goal line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson back into his end zone. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 94 yards. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum.
Touchdown! Tyler Conklin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it's almost football. One that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 3rd down, Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. That's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead. Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On the Jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 5. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league. No question about it. Yep.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Now Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackled that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The New York set to take the field. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Ball again on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on third down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. Second and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should listen to you, partner.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Give to Hall running right. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 33 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this is going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On on second down to run with Hall. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Throwing is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but it just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves into field goal range. Gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. To throw, Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So a chance to give his guys a second-half lead there, but it goes by the wayside.
And, Brandon, that's the worst sound in the world for an NFL kicker. Gong!
That was good. Do that again.
Gong!
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of 1st at the 32. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 4.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a pull run by the time he gets the football.
A good run there by Cook on 1st down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second down at 4. Up the middle, it's Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down?
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the Jet sweep.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Joseph's got it. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, some time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
So here's Wilson and the Jets.
Down 24-21, a little under 30 seconds remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
Well, it took us until the final play, Joe, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither